Right, it's quite early, it's just about just after 8:30 in the morning. Very early for me, but got up. I decided because last night, again I got cold, so I had to get into bed, and so much of the bed, certainly on Chewie's side, is really sandy from the, well, because I haven't actually laid in my bed for, 3 months now? I'm not bothered to wash the sheets, I've not been in them. They've just been on there, I've just been down on top of the duvet, that's all. So I got in, and it's sand all in there. Right, clean the bedding, get all that done. So, but again, I just didn't sleep. I went to bed about an hour earlier last night than what I'd normally go. But, yeah. Well, this video is basically Proverbs 3, 5 to 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not upon your understanding. That's that one, yeah. Acknowledge him in all your ways and he will direct your paths. Yes. Well, the reason is because anyone who's been through, incredibly tough or challenging times, because like the video I did last night was about, going through such times, is that about learning? Well, conclusion to that is not always, no. And whatever the reason we go through this stuff, sometimes it's about learning, sometimes we've just mucked up. I mean, I know I mucked up. But basically, I've got people living above me who want to find anything they can to try and cause problems, try and cause trouble for me. So anything that they can send, any video they can send to the authorities, anything like that. As I say, they put a video on their Facebook page, of me walking back with pups. I've said this before. But that one, they then said the pups are locked in a 1x1 box. Complete lie, obvious lie. But they use that video footage to make that statement because they had an opportunity to use something to attack me, right? They had the chance to do that. So that's what they're going to do, right? That's what they're going to do. So therefore, I should have calmly taken the dogs back, or just basically told them off at the car and then calmly taken them back. Well, I shouldn't have been telling them off as I was coming back. Any of that. I should really have just taken them out for the walk, shouldn't I? Obviously. But if I'm going to be telling them off and taking them back, then I should tell them off at the car and then realise, hold it, they've got the video camera, they're going to try and use whatever they get, basically. Whatever they get, they're going to try and use. The tissue falls out of my pocket, she comes screaming out, "Oh, you've chucked litter in my garden." Basically accused me of chucking a plastic bag in her garden. And clearly there was no plastic bag there. See, a complete lie. Utter and total lie. Accused me of throwing a plastic bag in their garden, even though there was no plastic bag there. So how can I possibly have thrown a plastic bag in their garden? A tissue fell out my pocket. Because I've got went in my pocket to get my keys. Obviously I've got to open the bloody door, right? Tissue fell out my pocket as I pulled my keys out. Of course, got it on video. Excuse to call the police, isn't it? So my muck up. I know I've got these people. So I've just got to understand, when you've got these hell-bound Karens living above you that are going to try and use whatever they can, you've just got to be aware of that. You've just got to be sensible with regards to that. And you've got to not give them ammo, because if you give them ammo, you go through this sort of crap. That's the reality, right? I mean, look, realistically speaking, if I get the dogs back, I can prove that the noise made by the gate was either by Locki pushing the gate open as she ran down the steps, or it's quite possible that the people upstairs have previous audio from me bringing my dogs back, and they took a bit of audio from Amber or Mollie pushing the gate open when the gate was closed. Just simple. Take that, add that to that, clip, paste, there you go. Now you've got a situation that sounds bloody awful, right? That's not too difficult to disprove, that sound. You know, problem is I can't prove it is anything other than what they suggest, but then again, they can't prove it is what they suggest. So we're in a bit of a sort of, okay, nobody can prove anything sort of thing. Right, okay. But look, the thing about trusting in God in these sort of circumstances, what I've just said, what have I just said? You want to fight. Right? You want to fight. In these sort of circumstances, you want to fight. You want to fight. You want to scratch the eyeballs out of these people's bloody heads. You want to do all that sort of crap. You want to go to war. Right? Or you want to flee. You want to run for the hills because you're looking at the fear factor. Or you just want to hide. You just want to avoid the whole bloody lot. Trusting in God, generally speaking, doesn't come into our understanding. Because certainly most of us who are Christians were non-Christians beforehand, and we dealt with things differently. And when things are a bit extreme, but then we tend to go to reactions that aren't the best way for us to react. Proverbs says it all. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not upon your own understanding. Your own understanding is to fight, flee or hide. So it's saying lean not upon your own understanding. Then it says in all your ways acknowledge him. And I was saying yesterday on that thing. If you're going to trust God in this sort of situation, you've got to keep going to him. If I get interviewed by these people, I've got to be prayerful. Seeking God. Okay, Lord, what do you want me to say? If anything. Acknowledge him in everything. In all you do. It says, and then he will direct your paths. That's what you need. And put it this way, I've gone through, some big things in the past, and I know that if you try and handle it your way, you're going to muck it up and just make it bloody worse. I know that. Do I have an example in my own life where I have absolutely and totally just trusted God and allowed God to deal with it? Not really. No. I have many examples where I've tried to fight. A lot of the videos I've done around here have been me fighting. I was uploading one last night. I cancelled it because I looked at it and realised, hold it, that's me fighting. That's not me trusting in God, that's me fighting. That's me being a bit of the aggressor. So I've got no, can't do that. I did a video last night of the walk around here yesterday when I was talking about the evidence and getting quite heated about that. Getting quite heated about the vet and what the vet had said. Well, I originally put on that God put a fire in me. Then I thought, well, I can't say that. Can't say that. So I then changed it to, I think I was filled with righteous judgment, or maybe not. Because that's true. Or maybe not. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just me. Do you know when you know? When there's a conclusion. Then you know. Then you know. Pretty much. Yeah. Because sometimes, things happen and we get things in our mind that we believe is God. It seems right, doesn't it? It seems right. But it's still us. It's still just you doing it. It's not God. I'll tell you, this morning. Well, for example, when I pick up this jacket, it's normally on a hook. When I take this jacket off, normally the dogs start going mad. I have to tell the dogs to shush, to quieten down. If these dogs come back, I'm never going to attempt to quieten down in that situation again. Make all the noise you bloody well want. I don't care. Well, the people upstairs, they're just going to have to bloody well live with it. Right? They made this so my dogs are taken away from me. If they come back, that's it. I'm not going to bother telling them off. Not for anything that really doesn't matter. Yeah. No. Not for being dogs. I'm not going to tell them off for being dogs. No. For fighting too harsh, for being, barking at people or barking at dogs. Yeah, they get told off for that. If they're doing it way too much. Yeah. But getting excited about going out for walkies? No, not really. No. Even the silly things like picking up dog poo. You go out to the, just come out to do this. Look on the stones area, there's no dog poo there. Yeah. Looking at the water bowls, they're still half full. Yeah. It's horrendous. It's horrendous. And well, that's what I said. Look, a lot of people would think, do I therefore want revenge on these people that have done this? No. No, because what they're doing to themselves is far worse than I could ever do to them. Far worse. What can I do to them? Can I send them to hell? No, but they can send themselves. Right? I can't send them to hell. They can send themselves there. Just let them continue doing what they're doing. They're going to continue doing it anyway, so just, don't fight them. Again, let God deal with it. Yeah. Simple. But yeah. Does part of you want to, curse every single step they make in their life? Yeah, of course. But as I say, you don't need to, because they're doing it themselves. They don't see it, but they're doing it themselves. But yeah, it's tough, really tough. But it's like, as I say, are they being looked after? Are Mollie's pups being fed, not just by Mollie, but by the people? Are they doing the liquidised food for the pups that they can start to learn to eat food? Are the dogs going to come back all liquidy poo because they're being fed with a food that's way too rich for them? I don't know. Well, because they're being fed way too often, because nobody's asked me how often they get fed. Nobody's asked me what their routine is, have they? Yeah. But again, that's why we're just going to go back to God and say, Lord, I trust in you. I trust that you will take care of the dogs. I trust that you will make sure that they're okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, it is what it is. But yeah, as I say, that's why we've got to keep going back to God, because guarantee, if you try and deal with it yourself, you can't fight, because what's your understanding of the situation? Can you see the bigger picture? No. So you don't know really what moves you need to make. God does. Yeah. Especially when you're dealing with the authorities, you do try and explain things to them, and they simply take a few things of what you've said and they focus on those few things. They badger you about those things, try and get you to open up a bit more about that sort of stuff. And you can find yourself knackered, because you've tried to use logic, you've tried to use what you consider as truth, even though it may be truth. They don't want the truth. Not really. If they call you in there, they want conviction, really. They don't want the truth, they want a conviction. So therefore, yeah. I'm not saying every occasion is like that, but generally speaking, that's going to be the way it is. Otherwise, why would they even bother? Yeah. They're busy, so they're not going to bring people in unless they really feel they've got a chance. You know? So when you're going against that sort of adversary, you need God. When you're going against any sort of adversary, you need God. Because you don't know what's going on. You don't know what these people are planning, so how can you possibly prepare to defeat what these people are planning? God knows that, you don't. And if you're going to be, retaining your peace, the only way to retain your peace is to focus on God. If you focus on the situation, then you're going to lose your peace straight away. Oh, immediately. Yeah. Well, immediately, put it this way, I start thinking about my dogs not being here, I start thinking about what my dogs might be going through, peace is gone. It's gone, straight away. Peace is replaced with rage. Right? In that situation, there's no peace at all. It's gone. Anyway, 1 second, I'll pause this. No, it's lovely seeing doggies, even seeing other people's doggies. Yeah. When you look at the situation, that's why it's, as I said to the chap I spoke to in the video last night where he was drinking. I said to him, I've done, and normally with the dogs, I do, certainly from taking them all out at one time, 3 walks a day maximum. Yeah. Yesterday I did, 6? 6 walks. So one thing is, I'm losing weight. All the extra calories that I ate beforehand, I've burned them off. There you go, cool. Healthy. Right? But I've done practical things when I've gone indoors. Like I said about cleaning the cover that I put over the duvets, washing the floor, doing that sort of stuff. Right? It's all practical. Going in there just to do something practical, like uploading the videos and stuff like that. Do that, go out again. Quite often I do videos, but the videos don't then get uploaded because there's nothing really said of worth. Hi. Alright. Yeah. Now when I talked about rage, I said about in the video I did last night about when I said about the righteous anger, that one. The righteous anger one. But these people are doing what they're doing because they're saying it's about animal welfare. You're keeping these dogs away from the human. That's going to be causing stress to them. You won't see it, but it's causing stress to them. Of course it is. But Mollie is a daddy's girl. And she's the one feeding babies. So, yeah. But as I say, I'm just going to trust God and say, okay, Lord, give this situation to you. I had to give my son to God, didn't I? James. Yeah. So I'm used to this. I had to give him to God. Yeah. Yeah. Well, certainly that situation with regards to James is not concluded because I haven't seen him since. He was 3 years old then. He's 29, 30 now. So 27 years, no contact. So I wouldn't necessarily say that situation has come out well. Not yet. It may do, but so far, That situation would look like giving it to God didn't actually improve the situation. But again, time will tell. Well, look, situation with regards to James is, does James repent and get his life sorted out with God? I don't know, but if he does, then that's what matters. Yeah, does it matter if I have a relationship with him? No. Does it matter if he... All that matters is, does he have a relationship with God? If he does, then Christian. The rest of it doesn't matter. Not really. It's not about me, is it? And if it's about James, it's not about me being in his life, it's about God being in his life. You know? That's the reality. And I know with God that, if God wants James in his life, then James is going to be there at some point, isn't he? All right. Oh dear. Yeah. Well, that's the thing actually, we won't be coming back round here with the dogs for a while anyway, because we're going to start to get the more muckier weather, the more wetter weather, so therefore, I won't be doing that many videos with the dogs, even if they come back today, tomorrow. Because of the fact that we're going to start to get rainy weathers quite soon, because we're in September. October, November, that's it. So you might get a month more videos in this area. But generally speaking, Stinky Woods, that's cool. Well, because even with rain, it doesn't matter, because, unless you get torrential rain, it's not going to matter there, because it's sandy. The only thing that matters is Chewie on my bed and bringing sand onto my bed. So I have to brush him off when we get back after going there, I think. I'll give him a good rub down, that'll do the job. Now, as I say, I'm not going to try and pretend to people that trusting in God, when all around you is going to crap. It's an easy thing to do. It really isn't. No. I'm not going to try and pretend it's simple. I'm not going to try and pretend it's easy. During or to start trusting in God in those sort of situations. It's very difficult to start, and it's just as difficult to continue. Because generally speaking, are you going to see results straight away? Most of the time, no. No. We've got a walkie here, so I'll just pause this a sec. I got past that person. But, I'd say, no, results don't come quickly. Sometimes they can take a long time for you to see the results. Obviously, if you're going from the point of no peace to peace, then you see a result fairly quickly. But you don't necessarily attribute that to you trusting in God. No. You don't. There's people over there mucking around with a bit of wood for some reason. A tree. I don't know what they're doing. Kids. Okay. Oh, it's like a mother and a kid. They're cutting bits of wood shears. I think they bought shears to cut. They're cutting branches off. This isn't your garden. Ugh. Leave to it, see? Yeah. Mother's basically teaching a child to vandalise trees. Yeah. Well, it is. If it's not your tree and you're cutting it, then you have no right to do that by law. You're breaking the law by doing that, and the mother is encouraging her child to do that. Crazy. Alright. Well, that's what it looks like, isn't it? But again, judging the book by its cover, do I know? Did I go right up to see? No. So therefore, we shouldn't do that. No. Okay. Please forgive me. Yeah. Alrighty. So I can hear the breaking of tree. Whatever. Yeah. No, as I said, look, generally speaking, when you're trusting in God, yeah, it can take time for the process. Yeah, whatever that is happening. Yeah. It's only quite often when you look back, you see, oh, that could have been a damn sight worse, couldn't it? Yeah. It's quite often when, because we go through times. Every Christian goes through times when we say to God, "And what have you done for me?" Then God starts showing you. And those times when you trusted Him, there you go. Pings up. Now this is what I did. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you for that. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, put it this way, it's not, yeah. It's not an easy thing to look at, to deal with, and to, yeah. And, other people can help you, but can they really? No, not really, because they've never been through what you're going through. They might have been through similar, but not what you're going through. So therefore, they can't really help. They can give you support, they can give you encouragement. Not much more than that, really. Nope. So, yeah. Well, and also, when you're going through tough times, be careful. Well, as in, be careful with the questions you ask. Because guarantee you one thing, if you keep asking God how this is going to come out, you'll have the devil coming back to you, telling you stuff. You'll have your own mind coming back to you, telling you stuff. All of which will be completely untrue. And who do you start to blame for that? God. Because you're asking God, but what you're getting isn't God. Yeah, I'm not saying you won't hear from God, but when you hear from God, it will be a quieter, So yeah, there you go. You've got to be careful with stuff like that. You really do. Yeah, you've got to be careful to retain your peace. Yeah, pestering God with, well, can you just tell me this? Can you just tell me that? You'll get answers. You will get answers, but most of the time it won't be from God. And if you rely upon those answers, you're going to come unstuck. So, if there's something you need to know, God will tell you. That's the reality. If there's something you need to know about the situation, God will make sure you know it. Right? And when things are going to happen, they're going to happen. It's like kids on a journey, isn't it? The back of the car. Are we there yet? 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 We can be just like that with God. And the problem is we get the answers coming, oh yeah, 2 minutes. And then 2 minutes goes and we're not there. Excuse me, God. I asked you and you said 2 minutes. No, he didn't. He didn't. If you keep asking, you're going to get answers. But those answers aren't God. Part of the idea of you getting answers is, for you to blame God. For you to say it's God's fault. You ask God, and then God should have answered you. God should have made sure that no one else answered. It's not the way it works, is it, really? Robin in the tree, out on the ground, and now in that tree. They move around a bit. Robins already, you see. I talked about the weather changing. There you go. There's evidence. Robins are winter birds, not summer birds, aren't they? Really? Although where do they go in the summer? I've no idea. No, but again, God provides for them. Yes. God takes care of them. Right? He can take care of us as well. Well, you take care, God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.